Hello again everyone, Joanne with StampingInTheValley.com, and welcome to my craft room. We will be putting this card together in just a moment. Isn't that adorable? Just beautiful card. A lot of fun. I have to admit at first, this Ready for Christmas set kind of threw me. I was struggling with it and had a hard time with the staircase, but then I just used the wood texture DSP and got a perfect staircase, and the rest of it fell right into place. So in just a moment, we're going to put this card together. Remember, this month of September, these are my 2 free card kits. You just have to order $25 from my online store in Stampin' Up product before shipping, handling, and taxes, and I send you these 2 free card kits with envelopes. Please don't forget to use the host code, and that just prompts me to send you the card kits, okay? So there'll be a video at the end of this one to tell you all about that. And remember, our holiday catalog has now launched, so you are able to buy this set right now. I have to admit, like I said, it threw me for a minute. It was a little complicated for me, but then look at that cute little dog, and I did his little sweater. I really had a lot of fun with it, and I'm really happy now that I purchased it. Back in a minute, we'll start to put everything together. I wanted to show you all how I make the start of this card. So I started with an 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. Piece of cherry cobbler cardstock. Okay, that's the base of our card. Then our first layer is 5 1/4 by 4, and this is of Whisper White. Okay, so that's going to layer on here, but in a few minutes. Then what I did with our wood texture paper stack, I cut the banister. Isn't that adorable? Now you can stamp it and color it and cut it, but like I said, I got a little intimidated by this set. So I thought, well, how exactly can I simplify things a little bit? And this was one part that I did. I let the paper do the work for me. So that will then, let's see, get mounted right here. Okay, and that's how we're going to start. Then what I do is I go ahead and I stamp all my images, okay? So this is just a piece of scrap that held the 3 little ornaments that are going to go on the tree. And then I stamped on a piece of scrap my garland, my presents, my stockings. I accidentally stamped this one right here thinking it was a present, but that's really like a wall ornament, and the star. So I try to do all my stamping, and then I go to the Big Shot and run everything through. So I just thought that I would jump back on here real quick and show you how I start. Because if you were to take this and just do one thing at a time, like when I design it, that's the way that I do it, one thing at a time. I start with my base, I stamped my tree. Then I was like, well, what? Then I put my my staircase on, and then I was like, okay, now what? Well, I want to do the garland, then I wanted to do hang stockings, then I thought about presents and the dog and the ornaments and the star. So that's how this is a builder set. And this kind of set, if you don't like to fuss with things, this is not really the set for you. It takes some stamping and some Big Shot work and just playing with it. And I realized that I shouldn't have been intimidated by it, that really once I got going, it was a lot of fun. So I'm going to take all of this through the Big Shot. I'll have all my pieces ready. I'll even have my puppy colored, and I'm going to color the puppy with our watercolor pencils. I found that that was best so that all of the little highlights and circles and little stars here or snowflakes and his sweater would show through. If you use a marker, it covers all of that up. So the watercolor pencils are really best for that. So just back in a minute, everything will be cut out and colored, and we will put that card together. I decided to show you guys some more steps. So here's the dog. I stamped him in black archival ink, and then I'm using our watercolor pencils. And like I said, with the pencils, you can see all of the highlights that Stampin' Up! Puts on the sweaters for you to make it easy. So, at least that's what I think. So, I just take my pencil and I just color it. And they are watercolor pencils, so if you wanted to take a aqua painter to something like this, that would be fine to give it a washy look, but I just want it to look colored. So just like that, I used some blues and yellows and purple and green, and it didn't matter. Whatever pencil I picked up, I used. So and that's that. And then I wanted to show you guys what my Big Shot looks like after I stamp all this stuff and put it on the Big Shot. And I just want to show you. Let me pick it up here. Bring it around. Okay. Oops, my stamp's in the way. Okay. So this is what it looks like when I'm even using the magnetic platform. But I still, because these things are small, I still put a little bit of washi tape on it just to hold it. Okay? And like I said, these are all scraps. So here I put the little dog, and then I put the framelit. And I mean, it looks good to me, you know, and it looks like sometimes they move a little bit, but like that would be fine. But I want to make sure when I put this sandwich together, especially like if you use your Big Shot a lot, and you see mine, I mean, the plates are just unbelievable, but they work. So I just keep using them until they crack. Then I'll have to get new plates. But I will say this much, my plates are 4 years old. That's amazing. I think they're going on 5. So I just take my little piece of washi tape and I just stick it on the inside and the outside, just one piece, just to hold it a little extra security, because these are very, very small pieces. Now here is the garland. I love that. So see, I cut all of these out at once. Okay, let's make our sandwich nicely. Yep, that's my daughter texting me. Okay, so I make my sandwich and then I just roll it through. And then whatever I need a second cut of, I've got it right here with the washi tape on it already. So I pull off what I've done. And you know, the washi tape doesn't stick to anything, doesn't take any color off. Look at that. Isn't that adorable? Oh, he's so sweet. Okay. So, I'm a real animal lover, so that's just the way it goes. Okay, and now the ornaments. They come out one at a time. The die is 3, but the ornaments, they're each individual circle, so it's not a row of ornaments that you get. You get 3 individual ones, okay? And wherever the other one dropped to. Anyway, and then... I'm sorry, there were 2 together. Yes, so there's 3 of these that come out right there. Okay. And of course you could do those in any color. What a beautiful addition just to the tree. Just do a bunch of ornaments and like your blues and your yellows and greens and reds. Add a little, I don't know, wink of Stella to them to make them a little shiny. I think that would be fun. So then, you know, with the boots here, the little stockings, there's one. And then I'll just go ahead and move this right to here and put my washi tape down. Okay? And then I'll take my garland off. This comes so pretty. I love this. Just like that. And again, that was my daughter. I should have moved the phone out of my craft room, but we were texting back and forth. And then I take this out. And I have fingers full of washi tape. And I just move this over to here. Push that up so you guys can see it. And then I just move it. some down. Okay, and let's see. Put these over here on my table. Take my star out and my one. I'm just using one square present. I'll move those off to the side, and then I just go ahead, run this through again. You know, you just kind of just keep running it through until you get all your pieces cut, and then you're not going to be running like one piece at a time through. Oh, that got off a little bit. I'll have to stamp that again, I think. So I might have to stamp that again, or I'll see how I set them on the card. Sometimes you can cover a mistake like that. That's perfect though. Okay, then I'll just move I've got the window open too in the craft room. One of the very last days I'm going to get to do this because it's starting to get chilly. And then just run this again through for my last cut. And see, I get everything in, and I've put things through the Big Shot just 3 times. And I get all of my embellishments. I could even do that one for a card in the future. Now I'll be back in a minute and we'll put it together. Okay, this is so much fun. I love a builder set when I feel like using a builder set. You have to be in the mood to, you know, like I said before, to really want to create or fuss with it and just, I don't know, just have a day in the craft room. And really, there's times when I don't want to do that. I have to be honest. Sometimes I just like to stamp, and like the Painted Harvest set, when I just like to stamp, I get out something like that and I just do a lot of stamping, making my own DSP and that kind of thing. But with this, we build. So, but the more I was doing this, the more I'm just having a ball with it. So I have my Pear Pizzazz ready to go and my cherry cobbler over here ready to go. First, what we're going to do is get into this cherry cobbler. I have my foam mat because we have photopolymer stamp set. So I stamped or inked up Sharing the Joy. I love that. Look at that font. Isn't that pretty? And I'm going to pull this down and try to get that as straight as I can. And I'm going to try to line this up the best I can right there. Nice. That came out very nice. Okay. Next, what we're going to do is ink up. Let me close the cherry cobbler. Let's be safe. We're going to ink up in the Pear Pizzazz. I wanted a lighter color tree. Of course, you could use garden green or whatever color you want. I even think a lemon lime twist one would look kind of nice. But, you know, I like lemon lime twist. Okay, so we're going to ink this up in Pear Pizzazz. It's a pretty wispy tree. Really, really nice stamp. And it's on the big block, the E block. So I'm going to get it over here and really get into that ink pad. Good, like that. I want to get around the edges just a little bit. I'm going to dance it around the edges just in case I missed anything. Okay, now I want to come to the side here. What I'm doing is lining this part of the stamp up with the outside of the Whisper White. Okay? So I'm just like that. Love it. Nice. Could have been a little bit harder there, but we're still good. It's still going to look really good because we've got the staircase to add and the dog and everything else, so it's good. Okay, we can remove our rubber mat now, or our foam pad, and close this ink up. Bring in our staircase, and that's going to go right here. Isn't this? See, so that's good right there. Look how nice this is going to look. It's okay. We're good. Oh, that looks so pretty. The other thing that I wanted to tell you guys that I do, you see all the pieces up here? They already have their dimensionals on them and the backs are peeled off. That saves me time on camera, but you all might want to do that too when you're making a card. So I take this, and I want to use my Tombow definitely with this, because there's just lines that you can just get this Tombow in little places, and it is such a nice permanent adhesive. And don't gob your Tombow on here. I watch videos and they put so much on, and it's happened to me. It squishes out. I find that little dots hold everything just fine. You know, now on something like this, I'm going to put a line, okay? But when you get into these intricate parts of a framelit or a thinlet, these, if you dot it, honest, it's plenty. And it doesn't have to be big dots. Now see, I'm going to come up through here and come down through here nicely with a nice line. Okay, but it's not gobbed on there. Okay, then turn this over. Let's bring that up into the camera. And then I want to line my staircase up with the bottom of the card and the side of the card, so that my banister here has a little white space on that side. Okay? It's coming together so nicely. I want to put my star up on my tree. I like to use my pokey tool. Then I just turn it over. I've already got my dimensionals on, and here we go. Just like that. Now let's attach our garland. Oh, and I wanted to show you guys, I'm using the mini dimensionals and our regular size dimensionals. Love these mini dimensionals. They really get into nice little places, especially on those little boots and the ornaments. So we want to attach our garland here to our banister, so that then we're going to put our stocking, and I'm leaving a little bit of the wood showing right there. And then with my little stockings, I put a mini dimensional on the bottom, but my banister, or my garland that's on my banister, is popped up a little bit. So here I'm just going to use a dot of Tombow, combining the Tombow with the dimensional, and then this fits perfectly right there. And you've got it glued up here so that you've got stability, but then your dimensional is going to keep it popped up. Okay, so we'll do that with all three. Just a little dot. And then this one I'll just come up the banister a little bit. And then I shouldn't have probably stuck my finger in that, because it does take the sticky away from it, the oils from your fingers. And we'll put the yellow one up here. This is actually crushed curry. And this is Night of Navy, and of course Cherry Cobbler. This is Garden Green. This is crushed curry. Okay, let's put our dog. Look how cute he came. Isn't that adorable? Actually, let's go ahead and attach our presents first. Sorry. So this first one, because I didn't put a base on the tree, okay, because I was going to put presents at the bottom, so I didn't think it was necessary. So this first one, I want to use my Tombow and let it go down flat. And I'm just going to put this one on at a little angle this time. The last one was straight. Then I have my presents here. Here's my red one. I'm going to put that right there. And then my yellow one. And I'm going to tuck it kind of underneath my red one. Nice. I love it. Now we'll put our little dog on. Now see what I'm saying? We did all of the preliminary work, and now we can just have fun just building this. This time I want to kind of sneak the dog in behind this present here. Right there. I want him hopping. There we go. Isn't that cute? He's adorable. Okay, then let's see, we'll decorate the tree with just a few ornaments. So I just randomly put these around. And again, with these, I use the mini dimensionals. And I'm going to kind of tuck this one under our garland just a little bit right in here. Like it right there. Now, of course, you could add Wink of Stella to these and make them shimmer a little bit. Now, remember that little piece that I stamped and I didn't know what to do with? You know, I was like, oh, I'll use it on something else. I decided to make a picture out of it. So I colored the outside of it. Is that focusing? I colored the outside of it with a brown watercolor pencil and made it look like it was a picture in a frame. So I'm going to hang my picture right here, and I love the way this pulls in because I colored it with the brown watercolor pencil. I love the way that it pulls in the banister and the brown of the dog. It's almost like a triangle of color there, and that gives you nice, I don't know, blendability on a card, and it's pleasing to the eye when you see something like threes and triangles, and 3 here, you see 3 here, 3 presents. I don't know, it's just what we were taught. so and now I'm going to take my Tombow and I'm just going to add this. I didn't want to use snail because I wanted more permanent glue, a real good sturdy permanent glue, because the top of this is a little bit heavy, and because we have so many pieces on it. And then I get a little wiggle room there to get it perfect. That looks great to me right there. Hey guys, we're done with this card. Thank you so much for staying around with me to put this together. Look at the both of them. They came out so nice. I just love that. So remember, this is the Ready for Christmas bundle. Sorry, I had it over there on my workstation. But this is the Ready for Christmas bundle. It has the Christmas staircase thinlits. You will have a ball with this. If you just want to sit in your craft room and just piddle, play, create, color, make scenery. I love doing this. I really, really did. At first, I have to admit, like I said, it intimidated me. But the more I got going with it, the more I absolutely love it. So you're going to see some more cards. And I think I'll use the stamp set next time. A little bit more, like with the banister. Thanks again for watching. Please go to stampinginthevalley.com, click on the big blue button, and shop my online store. You can order any and all of your Stampin' Up! Products. Happy crafting!